You're watching Opening Week Home Team Baseball, presented by Firestone.
This is Opening Week Home Team Baseball, presented by Firestone. Day baseball as the Cardinals look to earn a split against the Pirates. Game number 4 to open up this season. And with Al Rabowski, I'm Dan McLaughlin, and welcome to the broadcast booth. We're delighted to have you with us. We're also delighted to tell you that Chris Carpenter gets the start today, and everybody around the ballpark is very, very excited about that.
Well, he is the real ace of this ball club. What a horse. Look at that, 100 victories already, looking for his 10th victory against the Pirates, and Ohlendorf has only made 5 Major League starts, a work in progress.
Ohlendorf with 1 win, Carpenter with 100. Youth against experience. From Pops to El Hombre. We'll tell you what we mean when we come back on Fox Sports Midwest. We're getting you ready for baseball, and this is the day that Willie Stargell, the Pirates great, passed away. April 9th. It's also the same day that Albert Pujols played his first game in the city of St. Louis back in '01. He hit a home run. So while baseball was saying goodbye to one of its legendary players, St. Louis was welcoming a legend of their own. Pat Paris has more.
Willie Stargell, better known as Pops, helped Pittsburgh to their 5th and final World Series title 30 years ago in 1979. Stargell, who in '79 shared the regular season MVP with the Cardinals' Keith Hernandez, was the oldest player to win the National League and World Series MVP at the age of 39. 1982 was the final season for Stargell, and he spent it with longtime Cardinal Ken Reitz. Reitz, before finishing his career with Pittsburgh, spent 8 seasons with St. Louis before being traded to Chicago for a man the city of St. Louis would grow to love just 2 years later. The Cardinals got the better end of the deal, but Reitz was great in his prime for St. Louis. Ted Sizemore, the NL's Rookie of the Year 40 years ago in 1969, was a teammate of Ken Reitz from 1972 to 1975. When Lou Brock broke the single-season stolen base record in 1974, he gave credit to Sizemore for being such a good number 2 hitter. Sizemore finished his career playing for Philadelphia with a pitcher named Steve Carlton, was a career 329-game winner. 77 of those wins came while he was with the Cardinals. 252 wins came after he was traded, one of the biggest mistakes in Cardinal history. Carlton played in 24 Major League seasons and showed up on the 1986 Chicago White Sox as a free agent, almost 2 months after Tony La Russa was fired. Also on the 1986 White Sox team was one Bobby Bonilla. Bonilla made his Major League debut on this day in 1986 for La Russa's White Sox, and after making his way to Pittsburgh, he, along with former Cardinal Andy Van Slyke and a speedy and skinny slugger named Barry Bonds, helped Pittsburgh win 3 straight NL East titles under manager Jim Leyland from 1990 to 1992. After Pittsburgh, Bonilla spent time with New York, Baltimore, Florida, Los Angeles, New York again, and Atlanta before finding himself as a potential starting left fielder for Tony La Russa's 2001 St. Louis Cardinals. Another player who was looking for a spot on La Russa's 2001 club was a young rookie named Albert Pujols, whose solid play in spring training, along with the help of Bonilla's hamstring injury, earned number 5 a starting spot on the opening day roster. April 9, 2001, the day baseball fans said goodbye to Willie Stargell, was the day Cardinals fans said hello to Albert Pujols. In his first career game in the city of St. Louis, Pujols went 1 for 3 with a home run, and he hasn't slowed down since.
Good stuff. Thank you, Pat. 6 degrees of Cardinal Nation. That package there from Pat Paris. More from Busch is coming up. Day baseball around the corner. Adam Wainwright getting some side work in as we get you set for baseball this afternoon. Jose Oquendo and Skip Schumacher, the rookie Colby Rasmus, all playing behind this man, the starter today, Chris Carpenter. Baseball is next. Cardinals baseball on Fox Sports Midwest is brought to you by Bud Light. With just the right taste that never fills you up, the difference is drinkability. By Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers. And by Auto Tire. For the lowest prices in town, choose Auto Tire. We shop the competitors so you don't have to. Day baseball here at Busch Stadium, and a good sight to see Chris Carpenter on the mound for St. Louis. And the first pitch to Nyjer Morgan is taken for a ball. Morgan has had a real solid series for Pittsburgh, and he looks at a strike at 90 miles an hour, 1 ball, 1 strike. Your expectations for Carpenter today and for this season?
I think he's going to have an outstanding year.
Ground ball hit to short, handled easily for the first out.
That's what you can expect from Carpenter, an awful lot of ground balls. And, you know, he's not going to max out. He's going to pitch to contact. When he gets in a little trouble, gets a couple guys on, you'll see how everything is much sharper. Hard to believe that Chris Carpenter is looking for his first victory in 3 years. His last victory was in the 2006 World Series, obviously with the Tommy John surgery after the opening start of '07.
A pitch at 93 in our gun. 58 degrees our temperature.
Battle back, then he had the, you know, the nerve issues, but you can see how these other starters are going to watch him closely.
Another ground ball to Khalil Green. Sanchez retired, 2 away. A look at the defense behind Carpenter is always brought to you by Auto Tire. Duncan, Rasmus, first career start in center, Ludwig in right. Thurston, Green, Schumacher, and Pujols on the infield. And the battery today, Chris Carpenter and Yadier Molina, the Auto Tire defense. 2 batters, 2 groundouts, and a good start here for Carpenter. Here's Nate McLouth. He is 1 for 10 in this series.
Throw an awful lot of left-handed hitters at you, and Carpenter really has the weapon. Pitches from the first base side and can use that cutter to run in on the left-handed batters.
Here's another ground ball. Pujols, who was busy last night, steps on the bag. Welcome back, Chris Carpenter. Cardinals coming up in their half of the first. 7 pitch, top of the first for Chris Carpenter. Good start for him. And let's take a look at Tony La Russa's lineup for afternoon baseball. Schumacher, Rasmus, and Pujols. Duncan, Ludwig, Green, Molina, Thurston, and Carpenter. And the lineups brought to you by Marshall Wireless. Ross Ohlendorf, 26-year-old from Austin, Texas, will face that lineup. And he's a former Yankee. He was part of that big deal that brought in Jeff Karstens, Daniel McCutcheon, and another outfielder as well. There was Xavier Nady and Damaso Marte, who went to New York.
Got 3 young pitchers for those 2 veterans. Texan, but went to Princeton University, very cerebral, and last year he started in the Yankees bullpen, and that kind of regressed his progress and his learning curve at being a starter.
First pitch to Skip Schumacher, taken at the knees for a strike. The Pirates feel, Al, that in those 2 deals, Bay and Nady and Marte included in the Nady deal, that they got 8 players that at some point in time, all 8 will contribute to the Major League club.
Yeah, I mean, they had nowhere to go. I mean, as tough as it is to lose some veteran and some of your better players, they got a lot in return that's going to help them down the road.
You talked about this last night, but Skip Schumacher moving from second base, or from the outfield to second base. The last Cardinal to do it, Red Shandies, back in 1945. So Tony, he will try different things, and certainly this is a radical move for Skip Schumacher to make the transition to second base. Now, a question for him is not only defense, but making sure the defense doesn't affect the offense.
It's, you know, it's only natural that you work so hard. And the one thing they have to guard against is he doesn't beat himself up. You know, when he makes an error or something like that, that he doesn't just let that mess with him to where it affects him offensively. But if he can make this transition, it really does help the ball club.
A count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. Schumacher, Rasmus, and Pujols here in the first. No score, just underway, and Skip hits it on the ground to today's first baseman Eric Hensky with LaRoche on the bench, 1 away. Defense brought to you by Auto Tire for the Pittsburgh Pirates today. In the outfield, good speed with Morgan and McLouth and Brandon Moss, who came over from Boston. Vasquez, Wilson, Sanchez, and Hensky along the infield. Ohlendorf and Domet, the pitcher and catcher today for the Pirates. Here's Colby Rasmus, 3 for 7 so far, and he's drawn 3 walks. That's been a positive.
And it is a good sign when you see a youngster that will receive walks Well, he's not up there overmatched. He's, using his batting eye, not expanding the strike zone.
Playing his natural position today, which is center field. Rasmus pops it up into shallow left field. Morgan over and makes the catch. 2 away. But a moment of silence before today's first pitch. Nick Adenhart made the start for the Angels yesterday. Their top prospect was killed in an auto accident. And just horrible news in the world of baseball.
All right, pitched 6 shutout innings. And after the game, a hit and run driver ran into their car, and there were 3 fatalities in that car, and the 4th passenger is in intensive care.
Here's Albert Pujols off to a great start. 6 for 10, home run, 2 RBIs. He's drawn 4 walks, 10 total bases so far. Not just at the plate, but also defensively. He was busy last night. Albert Pujols had 7 assists last night, 5 on groundouts with the pitcher covering first base. And those 7 assists, a record for a Cardinals first baseman, the most by a major league first baseman in a 9-inning game since back in 1971. The Pirates' Bob Robertson did it. That misses a little low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. This cool weather, the pitchers say it's tough to get a grip on the baseball. The weather doesn't really bother them, but today not so much as opposed to last night or certainly opening day. It's pulled foul. They say the ball is slick.
Yeah, well, a lot of times the baseball is not rubbed up the way it used to be, and so it still has a little slick surface. The rosin bag helps out somewhat.
2-2 the count. The next to Albert Pujols with 2 outs and nobody on here in the Cardinals half of the first. Instead, time is called. Pujols' home run came off of Ian Snell. He now has 5 home runs against that righty. 2-2. Pujols hits it down the left field line, but yanks it foul.
They've been out in front on these breaking pitches. Ollendorf is 6'4", and they say he has a good sinker. Breaking pitches are still a work in progress. A little more success with his changeup. But the one thing that Hal McRae was stressing to the Cardinal hitters is that they'll make a lot of mistakes up in the zone. There's another sinker.
And another 2-2. Jammed him, but popped back and foul out of play. Pujols has reached safely in 20 straight against Pittsburgh, dating back to 2007. 2008 MVP, making his 8th straight opening day start on Monday afternoon, the most since Keith Hernandez did that for the Cardinals from 1975 to 1983. He just owns the Pittsburgh Pirates. Hit .429 against them last year. In his career, .367.
Slider, then shaken off to a curveball.
Doesn't chase. 3-2. Might see a young, overly aggressive hitter go after that pitch right there, but not Albert. Not many times. Pujols only 29 years of age.
Back to the sinker.
3-2 pitch to Albert. Fouled back. And right below us.
You can see the scouting report is accurate. Bill Kerrigan said he will throw a high percentage of sinkers.
I almost jumped in your lap.
I know, and I was
sorry, I'll interrupt you.
I just thought it was my grandson getting in my lap. Guys weigh about this. You weigh about the same.
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't either, but he's a big little guy.
Here's a 3-2. Pujols out to left and a base hit. Good at bat by Albert.
And now it's 21 straight games he's reached base against the Pirate pitching. And here's another newcomer. That first time the Cardinals see this right-hander. See, there's, it's another sinker, but he gets a lot of those pitches up in the zone. Might have a little bit of a movement, but when it ends up thigh high, that's going to be hit hard by Albert Pujols.
And it brings in Duncan. Chris Duncan for the Cardinals. You know, he was struggling with just simple weightlifting, about 20-25 pounds, just doing curls prior to his surgery. Had the surgery and finally healthy. 4 home runs this spring. Made all the difference in the world. And Albert Pujols was talking about Duncan the other night, saying that he knows that he belongs. He's one of those guys now you look at that's a veteran of this club and not one of the new faces.
And it's a big statement. And Chris knows what he's talking about. When you finally know that you're acclimated to that clubhouse and you're a big part of the success, you kind of not that you relax in a wrong way. It's just you kind of relax and know that you're accepted, and you can go out and it's much easier to handle your responsibilities.
That was his first home run the other night since July 2nd of last year. Cardinals are 22-6 when Chris Duncan homers in the last 3 years. That's outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
See the positioning of our first base umpire and crew chief Joe West. And the question is, on a wild pickoff attempt, can he get out of the way?
I
think the one thing he's thinking is he's directly behind the bag, so it's not going to be wild there. But
I agree with you.
You could get tangled up there.
Sure.
And the other aspect, he's so close to the players that if the ball got away from the first baseman, it would be hard for the first baseman to turn and not run into him.
Maybe you could show the fans exactly where you think he should be then.
Well, it seems like most of the umpires will get further behind the line.
On 3-0, he's swinging away. That's the 3rd time the Cardinals have done that in this series. Swinging on 3-0 with 3 different hitters.
Well, they're trying to preach attack the hitters over there. So if you fall behind, you know, be selective. Make sure it's a strike that you swing at. Make sure it's a ball that you can drive. Don't pop it up.
Brings in the all-star from a year ago, Ryan Ludwig. He's homered in this series. First innings were outstanding a year ago for the Cardinals. They outscored their opponents 117-72, but then they were outscored by 20 in the 9th inning. First and second, 2 outs for Ludwig. 3 for 8 in the series. Trying to strike first here.
Let's see, not much success or consistency in the strike zone with the breaking ball, and then the inability to get his sinker down. So I think the Cardinals are going to have some pretty good hitting approaches. They're going to go out there and look for something that's up and over the middle of the plate.
The assumption would be that Joe West, I guess, in that position, now he's moved back to the outfield grass, but you know, getting a good look to see if there's a balk.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he's got a good look at that point, but I think you're right. If the ball gets away, it easily could have hit him from where he was positioned.
Different alignment now, and he's in the proper position, just straddling the foul line.
Ludwig coming off a season of 37 home runs a year ago. Outfield is deep, a gap in right center. The 1-0 pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cardinals were 4th in the National League in runs scored per game, nearly 5 a game a year ago. But they were shut down by Zach Duke last night. He was very good. Pirates have put their hopes with this young pitching staff and coming around here in 2009. In particular, Snell and Duke. Already the pitch count well above 20 here in the first inning for Ohlendorf. Next one will be pitch number 25. Chris Carpenter in the top of the first only threw 7 pitches and 3 groundouts, 2 to short, the other to Pujols.
And you know, Chris is saying, hey, hurry up and hit a 3-run bomb and let me get back out there. That'll be enough.
Think about all the work that Carpenter's put in. He came into camp in terrific shape.
Just one thing he said, with all the rehabilitation time, he got his body in great shape.
He told me it's the best shape he's ever been in.
And I would see him at my friendly Schnucks grocery store. We live in the same area, and talked to him a few times in the off season about his elbow and how good it feels even after the nerve transposition surgery.
3-2 pitch, and Ludwig strikes out. Ohlendorf gets out of the first inning jam. Cardinals strand 2, Carpenter back to work, and there's no score in day baseball here at Busch. Pujols, torrid streak against Pittsburgh. The Marshall Wireless lineup for the Pirates: Morgan, Sanchez, McLeod. We saw those 3 in the first. Domet will lead it off here in the second inning. Last season led the catchers in the National League with a .323 average. Pinsky, Moss, Vasquez, Wilson, and Ohlendorf to face Carpenter here this afternoon. 7 pitches in that first inning for Chris.
If you want to know what pitching to contact, what it means, you just watch Chris Carpenter. You just go out there, you try to get hitters to get themselves out in the first couple pitches.
Like that. Backhanded nicely by Schumacher, and a strike at the letters to Albert Pujols. 4 batters, 4 groundouts.
There's Jim Edmonds and his son Landon. Of course, Mama Allison is home with their newest addition, a beautiful young lady. But Jimmy didn't really, I don't know how much he pursued. I think if the Cubs would have come calling, he would have gone back, but really wasn't interested in anybody else. And with the new addition of their daughter, born, I want to say it was February, you know, he's full-time dad right now. Enjoying a couple days here in St. Louis before he goes back to California.
1 ball, 1 strike. Remember the other night, it was a short throw for Schumacher, and he threw wildly of Albert Pujols. This time the follow through.
Well, and that's what it's accentuating. That'll keep him on line and not let the ball sail. But, you know, once again, it's another backhand where a lot of movement. Those are the easy plays for him. There's the one that's right at him where he takes time, or kind of everything is about to get the footwork under control, but you can see it really accentuated and making a good throw.
And a swing and a miss. Strikeout for Carpenter. His first of the afternoon. I wonder if they're talking about not only the throw, but also positioning with Skip Schumacher. They talked about that the other day with a fast runner up. And in that instance, when he made the arrows, Niger Morgan, Jose Oquendo said we had him playing way too far back. And we've got to realize, you know, he doesn't think along the lines maybe that we do. We've got all the scouting reports. We need to put him in the right position.
Yeah, and you know, and Jose took a lot of responsibility in that, and that's the kind of individual he is. That, you know, there's a lot of things going on in Schumacher's mind, much more than when he played the outfield.
There's a broken bat. Pujols is there. He'll step on the bag. Great start this far for Carpenter. 6 up, 6 down, 5 ground ball outs, and a strikeout. No score, 2 hits for the Cardinals as we move to their half of the second. And our Toyota keys to the game. Chris Carpenter starts since 2007, 4, and surgery since leaving Toronto 4. Cardinals, look at that, 69 wins when Carpenter pitches, 69-29.
Carpenter's thrown 14 pitches to get through 2 innings. This is Ohlendorf's 28th pitch.
Green is,
you know, 1 inning.
Yeah, Green is due up first here for the Cardinals. You see Carpenter there, and Khalil's been in the cleanup spot. He has batted second, and today Tony La Russa has him in the 6 hole. Grounder towards third, backing up Vasquez. He'll make the play. With Tony La Russa, if you play for him, you have absolutely no idea outside of Albert Pujols where he might be in the lineup. You know Pujols will be third, and that'll be it. Well, create your own Cardinals collectible using favorite photos at the photo store at stlcardinals.com. 3 easy steps and you can make your own Cardinals memory. Go to stlcardinals.com today.
Well, you know, Tony will tinker with that lineup, trying to give the best chance to win. But particularly early in the season, trying to figure out where guys will settle in, where they'll feel most comfortable, what the matchups are individually against a pitcher and certain hitters.
Molina 2 for 11 so far, up the middle, now 3 for 12. Third base hit for the Cardinals already in 2 innings. Brings in Joe Thurston, the 8th place hitter. And he's shown some pop with his bat. 4 for 8 and 3 RBIs.
Well, and 3 of those 4 hits have been doubles. Made a critical base running mistake last night, and really what it was is he just did not anticipate the first baseman was Adam LaRoche was going to be where he should have been, trailing the runner, and with the errant throw, when it got by thrown towards second, nobody there, he forgot the first baseman would be backing up. Got thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple there in the 9th inning when you're trailing by 3.
Carpenter on deck, 1 out, runner at first. Spent most of last year at Boston's AAA affiliate, the Pawtucket Club, did Joe Thurston. And a double play ball. Out at second, on to first, double play. 6-4-3 started by Jack Wilson. Cardinals and Astros for the first time this season tomorrow on Fox Sports Midwest. Coverage starts at 6:30 with our Cardinals Live pregame show. The Stros and the Cardinals tomorrow on Fox Sports Midwest. Santa's here, Jim Edmonds is here, and we're here with you this Thursday afternoon. Santa in his Cardinal red and his flannel. First pitch taken for a ball by Vasquez. Had that shot of Jim Edmonds also sitting next to him. Man that many people know here in St. Louis, Jerry Clinton. He does an awful lot for many charities throughout St. Louis. Good to see him at the ballpark. Carpenter wasting no time. The 2-0 is fouled back. 7, 8, and 9 for the Pittsburgh Pirates here in their half of the third. .698 winning percentage for Carpenter, wearing the birds on the bat. Popped up, and Thurston will give it a look, and it's out of play.
You see Carpenter, he just keeps his defense on their toes as he gets the ball. Turn around to make sure his outfield was set.
2-2. It's the deepest he's gone into any at bat right here. If you're Pittsburgh, take us to the other side, Al. I'm sure you're saying, all right, we're watching him work so quickly. He's getting first pitch strikes, but make him work a little bit here. Take a pitch or two. And there's a walk, and you can see Carpenter frustrated with himself. Hunter Family Sundays are back for 09 and better than ever on most Sunday games. Fans receive a free Hunter hot dog, a Coke, with each terrace or pavilion reserved seat, plus many Sundays also feature a great kids promotional giveaway. So get your Sunday tickets today at stlcardinals.com. Here's Jack Wilson. Swung on and missed. Chris Carpenter, 51-20 record through his first 97 St. Louis starts. That's the best ever in the history of this organization. We'd love a double play ball here. Good pick by Molina. Of the 6 outs, 5 have been on the ground.
Well, that's Carpenter is on his game. It's going to be ground ball, ground ball. Mix in a couple strikeouts. Won't walk more than a couple through 9. And the base hits he usually gives up are ground balls that go through the middle or go through a hole. Joe how close he is once again, so it's a good look at whether it's a balk or not from that angle, but
Good pitch. Movement on that pitch from Carpenter. 1-2. The pitcher, Ohlendorf, is on deck. 6 outs, 5 on the ground, 1 strikeout. That was Henske back in the second. Wilson in the hole. 1-2. He's got 6 hits in the series. Little bloop, and that'll be caught by Schumacher for the first out.
had him way off balance, reaching, lunging for a ball, and just got underneath it.
Ohlendorf has to sacrifice here in this situation.
Not much of a hitter, but in his brief major league career.
See, he's 0 for 7. He stabs at the first pitch.
You have to have a better effort than that, even if you're not a good hitter. No excuse not to be a good bunter.
Ohlendorf, the Ivy League's Player of the Year back in 2004.
Princeton.
The 24th Princeton alum to appear in a major league game. The first since Chris Young of San Diego.
Also has noted that he's from Austin, Texas, and he's really thinks he's a Texan.
It's the bunt down, and Pujols will go to second. He took a chance. Schumacher couldn't come up with it, or rather Green couldn't come up with it. Now there's runners at first and third. Took a chance, did not pay off, and it's a fielder's choice, E3 on the play.
Albert is so good aggressively coming out here, but you see he just really never got in a good throwing position. Cleo Green does everything he can to try and block the ball. Got more leg than it did glove, and Vasquez was able to go to third base. So you just put your pitcher in a bind, but Chris is the kind of guy that now you also see how tough he can be. He'll always have something in reserve until they get into a scoring position, then everything's a little sharper.
And Morgan pulls it foul. And he's the kind of guy that would be very, very tough to double up. Runners in scoring position, a career .280 hitter. He grounded out to short his first time up. It would have to be hit very hard to double up Morgan. And right at the fielder. Strike 2.
But this is one of the times where, you know, as a pitcher, you think about a pop-up until you get 2 strikes. Now he's got 2 strikes. You really want to continue thinking of a pop-up on the infield, but more importantly, a strikeout. 2 great pitches right in on the hands of lefter. They're burying him inside.
0-2 pitch to Morgan. Time called.
See Molina right there with time called. He was set up inside, but when time called, he shifted his body back to the middle of the plate, not to give away location to the hitter.
Big gap in right center. Outfield very shallow for Morgan. Another 0-2 pitch, ground ball. Pujols stabs at it, comes to the plate, and the tag is not in time. They just beat the tag of Molina. 1-0 Pittsburgh. So it's a fielder's choice, RBI on the play.
Great stop by Pujols, and because of the speed of Morgan, he tries to go home and he throws it to the foul territory. So Molina has to reach into foul territory and then try to reverse direction and dive back and get the plate. And Vasquez just got right on the corner. Our Hot Shots Exmo cam will show you. Look at the slide. He almost slows up his motion. And when Molina dives, he puts his glove on the plate, but he gets his toe right on the corner ahead of the tag.
So RBI for Morgan. Exmo cam brought to you by Hot Shots. And this is Freddie Sanchez, grounded out to short his first time up. 1-0 Pittsburgh. They have the lead and they don't have a hit. And quickly 0-2. Chris Carpenter, out of his 32 pitches, only 9 have been balls.
And 4 of those were a walk.
Strikeout or a double play here. He'll take the strikeout, his second of the afternoon. So he carves up Sanchez, and McLeod will be the hitter.
You see so many pitches down that all of a sudden he can throw that ball up there and kind of change our eye angle and get that pitch up there. It gets a lot of pop-ups or strikeouts.
Talked to Chris in the offseason. He said when he was playing catch, didn't even worry about the arm or the shoulder or the surgeries that he had had because, in his words, I've been through it so much, you can't sit there and worry about it. If it was my first time, it might be in the back of my mind, but not anymore.
And that ulnar nerve transposition surgery in the offseason, but that was just a little rechanneling of that nerve. That's no problem. But does continue to have the nerve condition in his shoulder that could pop up at any time. Went to 5 different specialists and they all came up with the same recommendation.
Here's a ground ball, fair ball. Pujols will take it, and the Pirates will strand 2, but they grab the lead after the air by Albert, 1-0. One nothing Pittsburgh. Cardinals with 3 hits. The Pirates no hits, but yet the air by Pujols, and they capitalize. So it's a 1-0 lead, and a nice round of applause as Chris Carpenter was just introduced as the leadoff hitter for the Cardinals here in their half of the third. Boy, it's great to see him back. First 25,000 Cardinal fans ages 21 and over receive a 2009 wall calendar Friday, April 10th. That's tomorrow. The Astros are here. The calendar is compliments of AB and will feature your 2009 Cardinals players, game times, and schedules. For tickets, please visit STLCardinals.com.
And I mentioned Chris Carpenter. Dr. Paletta had him go on a tour of shoulder specialists, and they all mentioned that they could not guarantee that Carpenter, if he had that shoulder surgery to correct the nerve impingement, that it would be successful, and they all agreed it was a 5% chance he could lose normal use of his arm. So he elected not to have that surgery and not worry about it.
He was the 15th overall pick back in 1993 by Toronto at that time. Chris Carpenter lifts it out to left center field. It's pretty well hit, and Morgan makes the catch on the track. That's as well as we've seen him hit a ball.
He was a little upset that he's trailing 1-0 as the rain is beginning to fall and some of the fans are scrambling for cover.
And it brings in Skip Schumacher.
Heavy rains in St. Louis tonight, but we're hopeful we can get this in without any stoppage in play.
Skip, a 29-year-old, batted .340 against Pittsburgh last year and .333 in his career against the Buccos. A broken bat, little floater, shallow right, may drop, and it will. Freddie Sanchez couldn't pick it up over the shoulder. Very tough play.
Tough play going out there, scored a base hit.
Take a look at the Exmo Cam, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, with a location 1 block from Busch Stadium.
Goes out there, gets in position, and looking up into a cloudless sky with raindrops falling.
And it brings in Colby Rasmus, and now let's check in with Jim Hayes, who's standing by with the Mott family.
The parents of Cardinal reliever Jason Mott. This is Jim Mott, Cheryl Mott, girlfriend Caitlin is over here to my right. We're going to start with Mom. As a mother, your son is on in relief. Opening day, a lot of pressure. What's that like as a parent watching your son go through that?
It's a lot of pressure. It was a lot of pressure on us, but Jason just takes things as it goes, and he gives it his best. So we just went through it.
Yeah, talking to the coaching staff about Jason, that's one of the things they like about him as a possible closer, Jim, is that he doesn't let things get to him. Where does that come from?
I think it comes from his mom. Nothing, I mean, he doesn't let things bother him. I mean, it upset him a little bit Monday night, but it didn't really, it didn't really bother him that much. He got over it. just like that. So.
You said he hadn't pitched since he was like 12 years old. When they transitioned him from catcher to pitcher, though, you knew that was something that might happen, right?
Yes, we did. Good Lord blessed him with a great arm, man, and we knew that when he was about 4 or 5. So it was always a possibility that that could happen.
How proud are you of your son to make it this far to the big club?
Oh man, I don't know. Just so proud. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah.
Are you enjoying it? Your son up with the big club?
Oh yeah, we're enjoying it a lot.
Well, thanks for the visit. We enjoy your son too, guys. We send it back to you.
Good job, Jim. Thanks. Here's Pujols, 2 outs. You forget about the family members, the friends, and you went through it. You know, it's gut-wrenching, I'm sure, for them watching and listening on the radio, hearing how their son is doing, going to the internet, checking out the scores and how things unfold.
It's tougher on the families.
It sure is.
Because they can't control anything. They can only hope and wish for the best, but you know, the individual player has control, and sometimes it gets away from you.
2 outs, runner at first, and Pujols takes ball 1. He's singled his first time up. These fans don't want to miss anything that Albert does. Watching under Big Mac land. Rain is picked up again. 1-0 pitch to Pujols. Here it comes. 2 balls, no strikes. Albert now 7 for 11 to start the year. A lot of fans starting to head for cover. The 2-0 pitch. And that'll find the seats out of play. A couple times there was rain when Carpenter pitched in spring training.
Fort Myers, he had to endure a 2-hour rain delay against the Minnesota Twins. That was 2 hours before the game started, so it wasn't like you warmed up and had to stop.
2-1 is popped up. Left side. Out of play. Come to the ballpark. Be careful.
Also be careful with the spokes and the umbrellas and
punctured lung over there with the umbrella.
Seen 2 times, one at the old Busch Stadium and the old Riverfront Stadium, where fans reaching in the front row. Saw one fellow go over the railing into the lower deck, and one held onto the railing and his buddies pulled him back up.
2-2 pitch. Pujols hits a rocket but foul. Also to be watching out for those line drives off his bat.
Seen Albert already at least 3 balls where he's out in front pulling the ball to the left side. But we'll take the results that he had in his first at bat, where he eventually lined one to left for a single.
2-2 the count. See the catcher calling for it low. Schumacher back in safely at first. Steady rain here at the ballpark. Two pitch to Pujols. Here it comes. As cautious as the Cardinals have been and are with Chris Carpenter, certainly I'm sure in the back of Tony's mind, this is the last thing that he wants to see is rain and maybe a slick mound.
Well, that's true, and good news is it's lightened up quite a bit. You know, last moment. So, but it could be the determination whether he goes 5 or 6 or longer in this game.
Full count on Pujols. Schumacher off with a pitch as he stands at first with 2 outs. Full count delivery. Here it comes. Spoiled by Albert. See, even a swing right there. He banging his head. You can tell he wasn't real happy with it, but still so good just to spoil the pitch and stay alive. Outfield very deep for Pujols.
Bunching. Goes right and left or off the lines. Center fielder just slightly shading left.
Pujols has already seen 16 pitches. His first 2 at bats.
They could be making a mistake here. As I saw Domet, the catcher, set up inside. I have seen Ollendorf has shown the ability a little bit better than the others to pitch inside, but let's see what happens with this one.
Albert gets underneath it and pops it up. Sanchez makes the catch. Cardinals strand 1. We play 3. 1-0 Pittsburgh. One to nothing Pittsburgh. 4 hits for the Cardinals, none for Pittsburgh. And Carpenter, first pitch to start the 4th to Domet, starts him off with a strike.
Get ahead breaking ball.
Domet grounded out his first time up. There's another breaking ball for strike 2.
So he changes speeds on it. That one a little bit quicker. See the fans starting to come back down into the seats, so a good indication the rain hopefully has moved past.
That's in the dirt, 1-2. Back in 05, of course, Carpenter, the Cy Young Award winner, first since Bob Gibson here in St. Louis. He did it back in 1970. Two and 2.
I think Bob had 2 10-game winning streaks in 1970.
He and Lou and Ozzie, they all look like they still could play. Seeing them on opening day.
Okay, so I'm going to tell Gibby you don't think he could play.
I just said he, Lou, and Ozzie.
Oh, that's right. He is he. And I brought his name up.
So you go ahead and tell him. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Domet. Struck him out. His 3rd of the afternoon. Saturday marks the season debut of Cardinals Crew on Fox Sports Midwest. Andy Bennis is back, Fred Bird and John Hewlett all back for another year, and they'll show you the sights and sounds of opening day and show you how Fred Bird gets in shape for the season. Cardinals Crew made possible by Shriners Hospital for Children. That airs Saturday at 11:30 on Fox Sports Midwest. Here's Hinske. Carpenter has walked 1, struck out 3, no hits allowed. You touched upon it, Al, the fact that he has 9 wins in his career already against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, 9-1.
Catches the outside corner.
That's what you call a backdoor breaking ball, where left-handed hitter gives up on it, looks like it's going to be outside, and then it breaks right over the outside corner after they gave up on it.
1-2 pitch. There it is again. He strikes him out. He is just filthy. 13 balls. That's it in the 46 pitches. Let's go back to the Exmo Cam, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, location on Broadway, 1 block from the ballpark.
He threw 3 breaking balls to Hinske, and all 3 had different velocity.
2 outs. More breaking balls here in this inning than we've seen.
Brandon Moss, the hitter. 3 hits last night. Slices this one to the opposite way, and Duncan is there with a rare fly ball out. Duncan will lead it off when we come back. 1-0 Pittsburgh. This date in baseball history brought to you by Schnucks. 5 years ago today, after missing the entire 03 campaign, Chris Carpenter made his first start as a Cardinal and earned his first win. 5 earned runs, 7 hits in 6 innings. Casey Daigle was worse. 8 earned runs in 2 2/3. Langford, Pujols, Scott Rowland, Reggie Sanders. And Reggie did it twice, all homered off him in the first 3 innings. And since that time as a Cardinal, Carpenter's won 50 games and a Cy Young Award.
15-game winner that year in 04.
That's
21 games the next year, and then 15 again.
That's another aspect of that 04 team. As we talked about last night, they were loaded, but remember at the end of the year, Carpenter was hurt.
That's right. Shut him down with that nerve condition in his shoulder. Didn't pitch in the World Series.
Duncan, his first time up, singled on a 3-0 pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike here. Of course, Chris's dad, Dave, has now been associated with 7 Cy Young Award winners, which includes Carpenter, since he arrived here in St. Louis. See what Duncan has done against the Pirates in 31 games. Foul tip. 147 different pitchers have taken the mound for the Cardinals. Miles and Spezio. Gary Gaetti was one of those. Bobby Bonilla pitched at one point.
I don't think that's what he's really been noted for.
No.
Working with those guys.
Maybe Miles.
Well, because he has a perfect ERA.
Right. Here's a 3-2. Ground ball chopped to second. Sanchez there. And it brings in Ludwig. Ludwig struck out with 2 runners on back in the first. He's 0 for 1. Pirates at 2-1, tied with the Cubs for first place in the Central, and they are in first place this late in the season since they were 2-1 last year.
I'm trying to break a streak of 16 consecutive losing seasons. Or seasons, yeah, losing seasons. Not even getting to the 500 mark.
1 ball, 1 strike on Ludwig. One point, Brian Ludwig contemplated playing in Japan after the Cleveland Indians removed him from their 40-man roster. And Ludwig corks one down the left field line. Morgan over to get it. Jumps in, caught it. What a great catch by Niger Morgan.
It was a foul ball. Did not have home run distance. It just, one, it didn't have that sound, and then with this heavy air, it just didn't carry. But Niger, who really raced over into the corner, and you can see how athletic of a play. Foul territory. Look at that. In mid-air, catches the ball and then has his cleat go right into that padding and push off and hold on to it. Very nice play.
Wow. That's a heck of a play. Here's Khalil Green. And Green grounded out to third his first time up. Cardinals with 4 base hits so far. Nothing to show for it. Pitch a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. Two and 1. How about Ollendorf? What have you thought so far?
Well, I mean, you know, he doesn't, they call it a sinker, but it has more of a sliding action to it than going down.
Pitch number 60 lifted to center. And the Cardinals are through. Niger Morgan coming up with an outstanding play. Pittsburgh on top. Top of 5 rolls in, and it's all about the kids this weekend here at Busch Stadium. Sunday afternoon, the Cardinals take on the Astros at 1:15. Kids 15 and under get a game ready. Rawlings Ryan Ludwig bat, a free ticket to another April or May game, a free hot dog and soda with terrace or pavilion seats. You run the bases after the game, and a free ice cream as well, and games in the Ford Plaza. Kids tickets start at just $7, so get yours today at STOCardinals.com.
Pretty good deal there.
No hits allowed, and Carpenter has struck out 4 so far. 1 walk. And then the air by Pujols in the 3rd, and that's been the difference in this game. Looks like the Chris Carpenter of old.
No doubt about it, and it's what I expected to see. We saw enough in spring training, but even going into spring training, just the way he talked about how he felt.
Now, the last pitch on the stadium gun, not that one, the one previous, 95.
I've seen it hit 95 a couple times. But, you know, the beauty of Chris Carpenter is he doesn't have to max out on every pitch. You know, he can go out there and just, you know, throw his pitches out there, try to get guys out. Another strikeout, number 5. But when he gets in a little bit of a jam, you see the stuff so much quicker and sharper.
Gonna have a pretty quick inning right here. You've got the 8th place hitter in Wilson, and then Ohlendorf, the pitcher.
2 things, Dan, when you're dissecting a starting pitcher and you're dissecting the game. This 5th inning is, you know, get over the hump inning. But it's also when you're down to the bottom 3 in the order. You know, you just have to dominate those bottom 3 and really go out there and exploit their weaknesses. That's why he was so mad the first time around. He walked Vasquez, the 7th place hitter, who eventually came around to score unearned run.
Here's Pujols. Boy, he has been busy the last couple of days. Pitches by inning for number 29. 7, 8, 21 in that 3rd. 12, and then 7 here in the 5th. A total of 55. That's it. He changes the complexion of this team, no doubt.
That's it. You remember when we did a game in spring training, he went 6 shutout innings, throwing 68 pitches.
Couldn't they all be like that?
I think he had 14 ground balls, 3 strikeouts, and 1 little pop-up on the infield.
Hour and 56 minutes. Grounded to 3rd. Thurston with it. Molina, Thurston, Carpenter coming up. Chris looks sharp. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Cardinals baseball on Fox Sports Midwest is brought to you by Kia Motors. To learn more, visit kia.com. By Aflac, ask about it at work. And by the Casino Queen, home of the loosest slots in the country. Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Glad you're with us. Those young ladies are back for another year. Season ticket holders for decades.
They're wonderful, mother and daughter, and I always accuse them when the Cardinals lose. I accuse them of not rooting hard enough.
They don't miss a game.
They're in spring training. They're all over the place. Great Cardinal fans.
Rain, shine, cold, the heat. They used to have those kind of seats at the old ballpark too, and they said the AstroTurf would be stifling hot. Didn't matter. They sat there all 9 innings.
Truly love the game.
Here's Molina to lead it off for the Cardinals. 7, 8, 9. 1-0 Pittsburgh as the bottom of the 5th rolls in. And Yadier on the first pitch pops it up. Freddie Sanchez is there. And he puts it away for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Kind of get the feeling that Ollendorf's ball moves a lot more than you would suspect because they're having trouble centering the ball. A lot of pop-ups, a lot of fly balls, but they're really not hit with much authority.
Graduate of St. Stephen's High School in Austin.
Favorite road city is Houston. Player he wanted to meet is Nolan Ryan. The person he wants to meet, whether it's dead or alive, is John Wayne. He's a Texan, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
His first job was being a ranch hand.
Where does Seinfeld fit in with
I
being a
didn't
Texan?
understand, or his choice in music. No, I was thinking somebody else was Metallica.
Well, he likes Don Williams.
Yeah, that sounds like a country western.
Favorite movie is Willow. Here's a 2-0 pitch.
He learned that in Princeton.
2 balls and 1 strike. Thurston grounded into a double play. Hit it on the button his first time up. 6-4-3 it went. Hits this one down the right field line, but pulls it foul. 2-2.
The guy got that ball after the gentleman 3 rows back took the brunt of the velocity hitting off the chest. So he was well padded though.
2-2. Foul back. I can pretty much predict after all these years together some of the things that you might say and some of the and some of the directions you may go.
You know where I was going?
You looked at me and I just no.
You know where I was going? To Russ Booty. Was it Russ Booty?
The guy that caught the
in right field,
yeah.
At the old stadium.
One of the great reactions ever.
Who became a instant fan hero.
Called hero, if you will, Al. Here's a 2-2. Have you guys kept in touch over the years?
No.
Christmas cards,
I never
birthdays?
did.
You guys really connected. Here's a 2-2.
That was Rich Gould.
Of course, you're able to connect with a lot of people with the saloon.
About making friends.
Sure is, Al. The 3-2 pitch. A little bit low. Draws a walk. Hustles down to first like David Eckstein.
It's a good sign, isn't it? Never embarrass yourself if you hustle out of that batter's box, whether it's a walk or a routine ground ball.
David's with San Diego now.
Yes, he is. Playing second base.
Here's 1 out and a runner at first. Carpenter fly to deep left center field his first time up. There's an issue with Clay Meredith in their game last night in San Diego. They thought they called him in from the bullpen. It's about halfway there and they had to wave him back. We don't want you. Third baseman in. Thurston diving back into first safely.
See whether it's instructed by the bench or not, but Ollendorf, by continuing to throw over to first, let the infielders and the bench get a good read is the intentions of Carpenter, showing bunt, but will he pull back for the Butcher Boy?
Bunts it in the air, but foul.
Stabbed at it at the improper angle of the bat, and that's why it popped in the air, but nobody could catch it. Seen Tony be very creative in situations, switch off, but got the third baseman very aggressively charging. A lot of hitting room on the right side with the first baseman holding on the runner.
Chris, a major league hitter at .093. He's had 25 sacrifices in his career.
Thurston has good speed, and by throwing over, you also take the spring out of his legs.
See Joe West hopping over there as they throw over. One ball, one strike on Carpenter.
Starting to rain again.
Showing bunt again, pulls back and takes a ball. 2-1. Let's see how the Pirates want to play this with Vasquez charging. Pinsky holding until the last second. Well, Pujols was aggressive in this situation, but it cost the Cardinals that run as he tried to get the force at second. Committed the error, and that base runner eventually came back around to score. Stabbed at it, strike two.
Chris knows he's better than what he's displaying right now, and just upset with himself not being able to help his own cause. So Kendo, a couple words of encouragement, might have just said continue to bunt, swing away, get it down, or don't go back to the dugout. He could sure help himself with a successful bunt.
2-2 pitch. Carpenter gets it down. Only play for Hinsky. Throw to first, Sanchez covering. So the sacrifice good, and we turn to the Aflac trivia question. Involving lineups. How many different lineups did Tony use last year? And he has used 4 different starting lineups in 4 days.
It wasn't that far off of how many games they played last year.
It was the most in baseball, most he's ever used, 140 a year ago for Tony La Russa. 140 different lineups.
11 different players made their major league debut. It's amazing that the Cardinals were 10 games over 500.
Now we talk about, pitchers being creatures of habit. What about position players and not being in a similar spot in a lineup day in and day out? As Schumacher flies to center, and the Cardinals will be through here. We'll talk about that when we come back. McLeod puts it away. We're through 5, and it's 1-0.